Good evening, dear Toastmasters and guests of the club. So, my speech today will be about event that took place in 2015, and it will be all about the hero race. Maybe some of you have heard about this type of race. Anybody hero race? Some participants? 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. So, 2015, it was the end of May, and I felt a little bit work and my everyday routine. And I would like to add some physical activity in my life and challenge myself and did something interesting. So, I heard about hero race. It took place on the military landfill, and it's a obstacle course, something that you might have participated at your school, for example, or in the military department in the university for guys, like me, for example. And it was 10 kilometers race. It was 60 obstacles. It was mud, cold, water, razor wire, and a lot of interesting obstacles. I was very fascinated about this idea, and I decided to gather a team. So, a platoon should have consisted of 20 people. I asked my friends. It wasn't so easy as I thought, because not everybody was so fascinated as me about going 40 kilometers from Moscow for the whole Sunday, about swimming in the mud, and paying about 3,000 or 4,000 rubles for that. But nevertheless, finally, I got 7 friends of mine, and other 13 people of the whole platoon of 20 people were absolutely unfamiliar for me and for my friends. And then the hero race began. We climbed the walls up the ropes. We crawled under the firing infantry machine, BMP in Russian. We crawled under the razor wire in the muddy puddle. It was cold, despite the end of May, and it was very challenging for all of us. 13 people from our platoon were girls, and for all of us it was the first time of participation in this kind of obstacle course. And we agreed that we start together and we would finish together, in any case. And I remember the feeling when our first obstacle was, I think that it was a real mountain of mud and stones, and we should have to cross it, and after that to jump into the water from, I think, the height of 3 or 4 meters. And for all of us it was like, phew, it's cold, it's muddy, it's a little bit scary for all of us, for me. But after half of the race, we were so excited, we were so tired, and we were so tired of all this mud around us that we were waiting for the next muddy puddle just to swim a little bit in it and just to wash away from all the mud. Unfortunately, not everything was so smooth, because one of our friends, Lena, when she jumped away from one of the obstacles to the trench with water, she got dislocation of her ankle, and all our platoon had to stop, and we dragged her from this water above the parapet with our hands and wait for, I don't know, half an hour for the medics. When we made sure that everything was all right, it wasn't very all right, but it was quite okay, we carried on with the 19 left of us. Finally, we saw the finish line, but we had to cross another river from one river side to another river side, and I remember the feeling when you cross this finish line, and immediately you were put on with a medal, and you were given with a plastic cup of tea, because it was quite cold. I remember that it was the most tastiest and definitely most deserved tea in my life. That's how I thought at that moment. At the race, we were among the last. We weren't the champions, but I really felt pride and joy and happy because I understood that I performed all the obstacles, that I did not miss any obstacle, and that our whole platoon showed real bond of people. We literally gave each other a hand of help for each obstacle, and we did not miss and leave anybody behind us. We started together and we finished together. It was great team building for all of us because after about only 4 hours of acquaintance with these people, I could have said that I could trust my life with them. And one quite interesting or even fancy thing that I would like to mention is that Lena, that a girl with the dislocation of an ankle, after 2 or 3 months, she everything was okay, and she decided that there wasn't enough sports in her life, and she changed a little bit of her everyday habits and added jogging, running, and swimming into her everyday life. And now, in 2016 and 2017, she performed more than 10 semi-marathons and full marathons. I think that it's a great change in your perception of your everyday life. After all of that, I would like to say that if you feel a little bit stuck with your working routine or a little bit tired, then you definitely need a shake-up in your life. Not necessarily you should go to hero race, but I would like to advise you to add some active activities in your life and activities that involve other people. And maybe you will not change your everyday habits, but you definitely got fun, happiness, and enjoyment. So, thanks a lot.